In the hustle and bustle of our crazy world, we often forget how easy it is to do good deeds. To remind you that good always defeats evil, today I've put together my favorite moments that are for sure will make your faith in humanity a little bit stronger. What could be better than waking up one morning in Paris and doing a good deed? The hero of this video looked out the window and saw a gray-haired old man trying to sell a painting. Unfortunately, people passing by didn't pay any attention to him, and if they did, they took a rapid glance on the old man and his picture and walked away. The fellow decided that he could help the old man. He went outside and asked how much did the painting cost. The old man said 30 euros. Then, the guy paid 40 euros and bought the painting. They both made each other's mornings a little better. Well, the painting was really great, and I think it would look perfect in this good guy's apartment. It is Frank Grossberger, and he is 95 years old. Frank is a World War II veteran. He always carries with him a letter that was written to him by a 9-year-old girl 12 years ago. In that letter, the stranger thanked the veteran for his service and for saving the world. If it wasn't for you, we would never have freedom. I'm so happy you made your sacrifices. Your friend, Deshauna Priest. This letter from an unfamiliar girl has touched Frank's heart so much that he would love to see and personally thank the author. Frank, of course, wanted to thank the author of the letter personally, but there was never the slightest chance of finding her. "We could never find her," he says. "Before I close my eyes, I have to find her. I have to find her." Just about everyone who works at the senior living residence where Grossberger lives was well aware of his attachment to the letter and his decade-long desire to find the girl who wrote it. So the staff did some sleuthing. The author of the letter was Deshauna Priest. Now she is 21 years old, and the nursing home staff managed to find her. Deshauna brought flowers to thank the veteran once again, this time personally.
Don't make me cry, please.
So Frank, this is Deshauna Priest.
She remembers the moment of writing this letter as a school assignment very well because she admired people in uniform so much. What's even more amazing about the story is that it turns out Deshauna is also serving her country. There's love there, deep down in the heart. She's like my third daughter. She really is, Frank said. As for me, I'd like to thank you, Frank, for your service, and I wish you good health. What gift can be given to the birthday celebrant who turns neither more nor less than 92 years old? No matter what age a person is, and no matter how much they have seen in their life, there is always something to surprise them with. As you may have guessed, that's exactly what happened to the 92-year-old man. He was privately celebrating his birthday with his beloved family, when suddenly he got an unbelievable surprise. And the gift was not a big cake or some other thing, but great news. A grandson was named after him.
Tell you that his name is going to be Preston. Yay!
The 92-year-old Preston was very happy because there are now 2 people with that name in the family. Plus, if a child is named after you, it means you really didn't live in vain and did a lot of good things. Big Preston and Little Preston. Sounds great, doesn't it? Sometimes, a nice word is enough to make you smile. For example, to make someone a compliment.
You look so good!
The heroine of this video decided to share her sincerity and joy. She just drove by car and said nice things to the people she met. Her compliments were sincere and friendly. And such unusual behavior sends some people into a tailspin. You would think the phrase, "you look so pretty," would be unusual. Considering the fact that we are more focused on ourselves and say so few nice words to people, such a phrase works just delightfully. Here were the passerbys in this video, a little stunned and happy at the same time. The hero of this video knows firsthand what it means to truly love your children. He did what a real father would do. A 62-year-old father named Gilberto Castellanos decided to prepare properly for his son's upcoming birthday. He baked a big cake and made a hand-sewn sign. The message on the sign reads, "Son, happy birthday. My wish is for God to help you live happily." That's nice, but what's the big deal? The fact is that his son was doing his military service in Orapaya, Norte de Santander at the time, and was hardly going to celebrate his 19th birthday. But his father made an unexpected surprise for him. Not only did he prepare presents with his own hands, but he also came from far away to see his son. Seeing his father, the son, aka Cesar Andreas Castellanos Rojas, was both stunned and happy. He probably thought it would be another mundane day in the Colombian army, but his father thought differently. By the way, his father made the sign out of rice sacks that he cleaned and sewed himself. And as for the cake during the military service, it really struck a chord. It just happened that puppies got stuck in a river flood. The swift current is dangerous even for humans, and especially for animals, and in particular, for puppies. It's good that there was a man willing to help them. He simply picked up the cute puppies from one bank and carried them to the other. The guy only got his feet and pants wet, but for these cute creatures, he was a real hero. True, his cameraman, who filmed the whole thing on video, incurred the wrath of the internet community. But I guess he thought that his buddy could handle it himself. Let's hope he did. If the staff at your office is really friendly and sympathetic, ready to help at any moment, you're in luck. The staff at Unity Grove Elementary School seems to be just that kind of people. Two faculty members, Miss McDonald and Miss Combs, collaborated to raise money to buy a car with about 76,000 miles on it for a little more than $1,500. The car was for a fellow head custodian, known as Mr. Chris. The woman noticed that the man had been walking to work for a long time and decided to help him by buying a simple car. It was a very bright and unexpected surprise because Mr. Chris didn't know that the women were going to give him a car. And it also turns out that the colleagues made an incredibly good choice because it was his favorite car model. The man was stunned and could not even express his emotions for a while. After a bit of shock, he exclaimed, "There is a God."
There is a God.
That's really true for him. You must keep a sharp eye on small children, otherwise something like this could happen. This case took place in New South Wales, Australia. It is not clear how, but a 3-year-old boy named Anthony got lost. Needless to say, the family gave the alert and contacted all kinds of emergency services. No one could find the boy for a long time. Alpha Lock's family searched for AJ, but the search was unsuccessful. You can understand what was going on in the hearts of the members of this family. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. 4 days passed, and still no news of Anthony. For 4 days, a little 3-year-old kid had been living somewhere without parents, without people, without any help. Anything could have happened to him. But this is a story with a good ending. Just 4 days later, the boy was found. AJ was spotted by a helicopter in a deep gully drinking water from a creek. He was in good condition, and so is the grandma who fell to her knees in joy with the good news. Everyone was happy. Just look at the emotions of this family. The weight had been lifted off of their shoulders, and the anxiety had been replaced by relief, and the 4 days of the nightmare were finally over. Well, thank God it ended that way.